Hello, welcome to the stream. Hopefully this one goes well enough so I can post it on fucking YouTube. Let's pull up the stream. Streams. Stream manager. Right, hopefully the game the game's running well. To be fair, I haven't played it all week. So for this one we're doing a bit of a creative edit to it. Stream. Hopefully my bitrate stays up. Right. Alright, so for this stream, well, firstly I should show off what I've done, because this is a massive change here and here, and obviously out here. No, he's now over there. Which I found he doesn't like any other platform that isn't flat. Because I did have him parked up there, ready to go off towards the ice lake, and he almost rolled off of there, which sucked. But also means we have access to this conveyor here, which I'll probably end up putting a projector pit here. It's like the one down at the valley base. We've got one helicopter here. This is the version 1. Yeah, it's got a chain gun. And I added the same, I think it's 25mm, I think. What are you? 30mm, 30 cannon free. So that's now got its full armament and it's fully loaded. And it's got plenty of rounds to go, which is actually decent on strafing rounds. We've got this little strip here.
Fuel low.
I'm going to find way out fuel. I'm using
Fuel
my
critical.
hydrogen. God, my cat's usually joining me. What do you want? These two hangars were built because I'm on about building a plane, like getting it running down here. I am building a sort of ramp up to it because I have a bit of a problem with one of my rovers. This rover is absolutely fine, except from he uses reactors to charge. So right now he has power. He's got a day of power, so what I'm actually going to do is move him back a bit. Floor. Connect.
Fuel critical.
There we go.
Fuel
That should
critical.
hopefully charge over time. What else? These hangars over here. I literally went over to Creative to design these, and then plopped them down because I couldn't be asked to sit there welding everything. It's all conveyed up. We've got I put down, I believe it's 8 stone cannons at the top instead of the 2, because asteroids are now on. They're set to normal, Cataclysm or Armageddon. Though I might put up the difficulty because I haven't had a single one. This guy's facing that way because he went and shot a wolf. The center bit's the same. Each section here is the same. Power's doing alright. For some reason the ore detector's not working because it's not detecting the silicon over there. for some reason, unless it's because this guy's out of range, but it's 50,000. It's 50 kilometers this is meant to go to, so I don't know why that's not working. There's lights around absolutely everywhere, that's why it looks like this area is glowing. I've got this little control area here where you can see I put the DLC, well, the LCD screens up, but I haven't actually done anything with them. I just pretty much wrapped this together. I was going to remove this bottom bit here, but then I realised if I do, it's going to look weird with this bit here, and I'd like it a little bit more armoured just in case I have to break the glass to extend. All these PDCs should have ammo. Jeans over there. Oh, these don't. How I put a bunch of ammo in? Is this connected? Oh, did I forget to connect this up completely? No. Let's go into this connect conveyor in here. Yeah, it's not connected. Let's just fix that while I'm here then. Have it go into a point there. Let's bring him up here. Let's bring you down. So hopefully they should be armed up, because I'm pretty sure we had ammo from the previous base, because we used them. The flak turrets haven't been put up. I'm not going to put them up just yet. I want a special platform for it, as well as a few battle cannons. I want to stick up a few Aiden turrets, or probably a few Bofors. Which would be pretty good. Right. I did. Oh, hello. He ran in. He must have spawned in on this platform. On this grass here. Oh, that sucks. Does that mean I have to chop off this entire chunk? Because this is the only way into this area right now. Other than the hangars over there with the incomplete ramp. This is the only entrance for vehicles. Or land vehicles. I've got conveyors set up all the way underneath. Going for a dual system into the newly designed grinder pit, which a lot of this stuff will look very, very different, because the last stream I did was for some reason kept losing internet connection. But yeah, these hangars here are going to be used as garages, so that I can pretty much have a place for my robots to sit in, so I can work on
Fuel critical.
And the landing gear. Probably in the roof just to lift them up there. Right. This guy. I have a problem with him. He has no power left.
Fuel critical.
So it might have to be that I attach him to the back of him and try and pull him into, like, sort of move him around so I can get power to this guy. Or I just slap a couple of batteries on him and move him around and get to a connector or a set point in there so we can charge. This guy is very different. This is my heavy lift chopper. Something I designed in survival, which I need to go over to creative to perfect, because right now it's just it's got a fat body. And I want to perfect it, because all what's in here is more batteries. That's all it is. It's just got more batteries, so it's able to lift it. So it's got power to lift, which it works. It lifts that perfectly, and it's able to lift this fully loaded. Because if I remember rightly, I took this to the ice mine, to the ice area, and filled it completely. It's actually missing a couple of blocks. How did I miss that design? This will make all cover. Completely different faction. Though, wait, this is all light, right? Yeah, it is. I was going to say it looks sort of different. But I also have a design in the works of a small Corvette that will work in atmosphere, and it uses these thermal engines, of which, again, I don't exactly have any thrust components. I had 32. I boiled them down to gold in some gear in the previous stream, which didn't get uploaded because it was all choppy. But it uses complete thermal engines, as well as these warfare, sci-fi, and regulars, and it's pretty quick. I've got the Xbox speed mode on now, so I'm able to move quicker instead of way quicker than 100 meters per second. Probably one thing I do want to try and set up is get myself some sort of combat vehicle. But here's the Aidens, 30mm Aidens. I want to set these up because these are pretty good at basic, just anti-personnel defense and Rex armor. Or I could also do the, if I switch to usefully, there we go. I've got the Aiden, which looks like that, which actually looks decent. Do not. The M61 Vulcan. This is pretty much your basic PDC, but it's massive. I destroyed a bit of armor. Oh, I've activated my mirror. Yep. So it's just because my desk is dark. Because I don't have a proper light set up yet. Back to you. We have the 300mm autocannon. Something I want set up. Probably not at the front of the base, but on top. Because I am planning on setting up, or even getting someone on to, who probably knows how to use creative mode to spawn in drones that come and attack. Which would be quite neat, to say the least. But these are the regular T1 small thruster. They pretty much work best in atmospheric. I have tested it on this. This does not have the power for it all. I mean, I could go around switching all these thrusters out for the Tier 1 thermal. But again, this was built purely in survival. That one over there was designed in creative. This one was taken in creative design and adapted into survival.
Fuel critical.
Where I believe this has a day of power, which is fine. It can just sit here. It's not using any power right now because the rotors are off. I was thinking of sticking a hydrogen engine in it. Again, yeah, I've got an ice lake, but ice is still rather scarce in the base. Inside the base, we put down these two medical bays. These got completely filled up with the energy we were reducing. What else? No, I connected both halves of the bay. That's the PDC. Yeah, that's the PDCs. Which one are you shot? This one. Oh, hello. Thank you. But now that they're actually hooked up, this area out here is hooked up properly. I'm pretty sure ammo can flow to these two. Perfectly fine now. I do have the
Fuel low.
fighter cockpit mod installed now. So if you want to go and
Fuel
grab that.
critical.
Is it NTEC? No. What was it under? MA. The fighter gunner cockpit. So you would stick this behind this. So it would sit around here. Which I can't do that with this helicopter because it would just eliminate the whole oxygen setup. It's actually... There we go. Now it's turned the right way. Just look at the size of it. I'll just throw this down the now. That's what it looks like inside. I believe that the front one can be hooked up to a camera, I believe. A coffee mug there.
Fuel critical.
Take it out. But other than that, I haven't done a lot of the base, except from this whole section here for planes. I was contemplating not making a plane. I was like, I'll just build hangars. I'm making a plane. Because these two were installed first. I wanted them installed so that I had somewhere to put my vehicles. More importantly, this, so it can charge up. And this was just going to be a dedicated helipad, which it is right
Meteor
now.
storm inbound.
Oh, there we go. Where? They work. Oh, it's no.
Your health is low.
I know my health is low. Take away a bit of the metal there and get it back on there, but I needed it moved. It just couldn't sit
Fuel critical.
where it was. It needed to be moved. Is this moving? This is the problem I had beforehand. For some reason it was moving, even though it had its brakes on. No, but the wheels seem to be bugged. That's fine. It's actually on a somewhat flat area, but if it rolls off, it's going down there. Hey, you still see remains of the valley base. Yeah, this is still here. I decided to keep it here. Filled in the holes, kept it here. I couldn't get rid of it. I couldn't bring myself to deleting it. Bringing up all of it. That and it's covering this hole. Is that ice? The fuck is there ice down here for? I don't think I've crashed anything down here. No? Oh, I think it might be when I flipped the helicopter. The ice rolled down and that's fine. Right, then up to stone mining outpost. I haven't actually checked on this in a while. I don't want to get caught between them. For some reason, this guy's not moving. Why was that block there? Why was that like that? I see, these are now working quite efficiently. I believe this guy's done. This one has stone 2 pickup. Which it will do. The heavy transport helicopter, I want a cargo container variant. One that I could just land down, connect up, and just fill up straight away. Because all the stone will come into this connector from this cargo container. As you see, the stone should start filling up. But all of them are still there. The ice lake. I wanted to build a small base there. But the only problem being, it's 15 kilometers out. I don't have anything. The only thing that can get 15 kilometers out right now is both the helis. Good, as I can't just fill them up with ice and take it back. I've tried it before. The heli can hold all the ice. It just can't. Let's finish my coffee. That was the first meteor that I'd seen since I turned the meteors on. What else have I done? And one thing I have to explain. The deuterium processors, I believe, are bugged. They don't seem to load in straight away. Because they are still here. There you go, deuterium processor. There we go. I have to do that to bring them back. I'm glad I don't have to do it with them. But you saw it in action on the scout base with the floating connectors. In between them was a deuterium processors. But down below on my HUD, you can see that my HUD, the speed bar is bigger. That's the speed mod. I believe it's Flare's speed mod, which allows me to go way faster. But what we're going to be doing for today is building a fighter gunner, a proper, like, fighter. So what I'm going to do is clear this hotbar. Right, and we're gonna want light armor. I'll do decorative armor a bit later. Do we want wheels? We probably want plain wheels, which are in... I don't think I have. No, I don't have any of the plain blocks. That's fine. We'll need the fighter cockpit and the fighter gunner. We will need landing gear. I'll sort out the weapons later, because this is going to need to be piped up quite a bit. But pretty much what we're doing here is building something from scratch. I'm going to take a blueprint of it, and then I'm just going to take it out of the world. With the reason being, well, it's going to be cheating, isn't it? We need proper conveyors. Conveyor junction. Well, no, it's the small conveyors we need. Rotor, small conveyors. We will also need cargo containers. They will be useful to have right now. Let's go for probably a long-range antenna, but that can be sorted out later. Definitely going to need batteries. Unless I want to stick a freaking deuterium reactor on this one. Right. Start with a 10. Right, let's throw down fighter cockpit and the gunner. There we go, that's the fighter gunner. That actually looks quite nice. Why haven't I used that before? Now, if anyone's playing this in creative, I'm using control and shift to... Well, control to make lines, shift to make the full areas, so sort of like that. At shift. And this is control. There we go. I just want to make a plate around it. Because this is going to be the basis of our craft. Now it has a big cargo spot here, so we might be able to put a few big containers on there, like these medium cargo containers, which might actually be pretty good. So I have 3 of them on. Because I mean, this could be a transport ship, but this is going to be a fighter. So we'll take 2 off. And what we'll do while we're here, we pipe it up. There we go. Now we want to pipe it up both sides. So there, that's completely piped up. What I'm probably going to have is some sort of big gun at the front. Sort of like the A10 Warthog. So what I can do now is go through my weapons. Let's go to the assault weapons first. We could put an 80mm flat cannon on it, but that self-destructs after a certain range. 400mm. Oh, it's an artillery cannon, right? I have an idea for this. Probably for a bigger ship, probably the bigger version of this, but not going to be used today. Batteries, we're going to need a lot of batteries. But I want to put stuff in between this and the batteries first. So what I'm just going to do for temporary, stick a battery on top. That way there's power going to it. And we'll be able to jump in, have a look at it all. Info. I want to name it first. So, fighter / gunner. Let's say it's a patrol craft. There we go. So that's now named. So all this is connected. We do actually need a small conveyor here. So I might put the 43s back on. These ones. I might just use these again. I have them set up in that orientation. Because I mean, I've got a few crafts that use the 43mm in this sort of orientation. I've got a few craft that do use that, and they worked quite well. I think I've only lost one 43mm in a fight, but obviously I didn't have the gunner cockpit, which the gunner will probably be using like a chain gun underneath. Right. Right, so what can I do for you? Script Artificial Horizon. Can I? Digital clock, hydrogen. Targeting info. That will be actually pretty good for it. No locked target. Which a gunner's going to need the targeting info. Flag. Now what I should actually do is take my helmet off. That way I'm reducing how much power my suit's needing. Again, decorative armor will come later. It's not something I want to have to deal with right now. And when you're also in creative, you can right click instead of left click, which allows you to delete a section of blocks as well. Right. So I believe I have an O2 generator somewhere. Yep, there it is. So that's the big side, there. back. And then in go.
Fuel low.
The big batteries.
Fuel critical.
Now this is going to be a rather big craft just because I want to build a big craft. I haven't built one in ages. I think the last time I built a big craft was on a server, which ended up getting destroyed in a raid. Again, these 43mm cannons are just temporary. They are not staying. But one thing I will do right now is build an armor column right in the center. Reason being, we're gonna need some lift. Probably put one here. That'll be the central. Oh no, I didn't realize I could do that. I honestly did not think I would be able to do that. Okay, fighter cockpit. Main cockpit. This guy. Target gauge, horizon altitude. Right, he's fine. These two need to show off in terminal. Batteries can stay for now. Fixed cannons.
Fuel
If I could
critical.
have them spinning in a different orientation, that would be good. Like have one spinning one way, one spinning another. That would look pretty neat. But this should produce enough lift to carry all this. Right. One thing that will need to be done though is some way of charging it, which will probably be like my vehicles here on the back. So where did I put that thing? Yeah. Now there is a reason why I'm keeping the connector separate to the batteries by the metal, or the steel, is to minimize explosions. If the connector gets hit and detonates, it will detonate the batteries, or it will damage the batteries, something I don't want happening. So these steel blocks will go in. It's sort of like a protective casing for it. Right, let's do a bit of the armor. Give it a proper weight. And let's make this bit sloped in. So this bit. If anybody's wondering why I use so much sloped armor, I'm just taking it from a friend of mine who played on a server with me. He uses a lot of sloped armor, and it just makes a build stand out more. It's like that makes it stand out. that doesn't have armor underneath it for it to connect, so it'll probably just be a single sheeting. I'll just fully. Now I've got full intentions of this vehicle being somewhat heavy armor. This thing, I'm wanting it to stand up in a fight, pretty much. So it might be the thing of a creative mode on my creative world, which I'll probably do a stream on. I switch out. I pretty much rebuild this. I take away all the light armor because everything's connected, and refit it with heavy armor. Switch out these 4-bladed 5s, which I'm just going to remove that one there. Let's remove both of them and put it inside. There we go. Have it a little bit lower. Now, now that that's in place there, I am not liking the look of the back connector. So what I might do is move this quickly and have it below the helicopter again, like when I have the others. So let's build out a bit more armor. It's like 10 blocks this way. Now I'm getting a bit close to this light here, so I need to be careful. But what I do want to do is set up the conveyor for going down below.
Fuel critical.
Right. Now we're going to need frontal thrust, left, right. Don't need down, because that's what makes these helis so good. And they don't have a need for a down thruster. They just use gravity. Hence why when this goes up into space, it's not going to be able to go up or down. But on Mars, up there, I believe it will do it, just less effective. Of which I'll probably have to switch to the 5-bladed for that. Not that I want to, but it might have to be something I do. Right, let's start building the premise of going up. I know it looks ugly, but this it's going to be where all the gyroscopes are going to sit. Now, I did say I was going to make a fighter, but making a fighter itself, I need the plane models on, which I don't, which was a bit thingy of me. I know I'm late though. I'm late to the stream by over 2 hours, which is fine. So we're gonna make another helicopter, which is fine. We need gyros. On the light switch, so I'm going to set it to white. Right up, so I can actually see my keyboard. Right, let's just remove the assembler. 1, 2, 3. should do it, I believe. I believe 6 should be able to facilitate it. Right, let's head back up to 8. Grab our armor. Case these guys. And this back section, can I fit? It's going to be a bit ambitious. Can I fit a 1 gigawatt? I can. Oh my god, I can. Can fit 2. Just made my happy ending. I can stick 2 of these in here, which means it has a decent power solution. And it shouldn't run out of power any time soon. So it has a rather nice power output now. Now I have no idea how I'm going to get Jude to it. But it's something I'll have to figure out. Because there's no way I'm fitting a deuterium processor on this craft. There's no way.
Fuel critical.
Because I think the deuterium processors are the same size as I think they're the same size as the oxygen processors, I believe. It's gonna look ugly, but it needs to be functional. some sort of functionality to this craft. That looks somewhat better. Right, time to fit the rear rotors. Yeah, that should work. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to move it up by one. Maybe bring it down to here. Right. I mean, that looks alright. That gets put on to and that. But right, as front, back, left, right, up.
Fuel critical.
Which means I'm gonna move quick in fitting and hooking up a conveyor so it can be stuck on the charge. Right.
Fuel critical. Fuel critical.
Gyros disappear. Thrusters disappear. Landing gear. Auto lock off. Now I have to armor up this front section. Actually, just do like this. God, this looks so right. So I need to somehow armor this all up completely.
Fuel low. Fuel critical.
It works. It does work. It's just rather long. Some sort of armoring. It works. It works. Might not be well, but it works. So, I mean, I could core out up to the deuterium reactors and remove them completely and just ignore cargo in here. Or even swap stuff about where the batteries here get replaced with a deuterium reactor and have a few smaller batteries lining the sides. Yeah, that's got some sort of a nose. And again, it works, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not changing it. I do need to stick more landing gear on it, though. So it's able to make a landing. Come up again. Right. Do I have any spare titanium to throw into it? No. I just realized I've bled a lot of materials. I have a lot of tools. Hey, look, there's my proficient stuff. So the titanium processors are not getting nice. Good. Give it for each 16 hours of power. Let's let that recharge. Around. $17 powers with just 17 hours of power with just those two material. And they're only small ones as well, so... That's pretty good. Anyway, and that seems up there, it's got no enemy. Right, so where this front landing gear is, I'm probably going to stick the chain gun in there. But I just want it charged up a bit more. This rear one, that's fine where that is. It can be used to restock the guns. Which they shouldn't have ammo right now, so 43... No, I don't believe I have enough reason to make it anymore. Make it like anymore. I made it to only the auto cannons ammo. Which reminds me, should I do I want to go back down? I mean, they were pretty good. Quite proficient on their abilities. Now there's asteroids. pretty fucking big base now. If I fly all the way up here, from what this little bit,
Fuel low.
you can see where pretty much where
Fuel critical.
the solar panels ended up, or ended. That's where it, I believe that's where it all started, and then the landing pad, there's two little lines going to the big one. And now there's multiple hangars, two hangars, two garages, a large platform outside, and a large edge. Compared to a little base we had. And then the stone mine entrance, which, once I get to space, what I could do is take this with me up into space, or take a blueprint of it, take it up there, and deploy it on Mars. Only problem being, none of this is atmospheric. Unless I put two airlock doors in for each side and just take out the hangar doors. So yeah, this is the main area. It's got an assembler, it's got the two medical areas, it's got all the cargo space in it. And it's only got two revolving doors. It's got no vents oxygenizing this area. Oxygenating. Alright, this massive gap goes to the open air open air area, which I'll probably put SI angle doors across, so fill up the top. And same with this one.
Meteor storm inbound.
This has a door. Goes to nowhere. As it has the same door going to the command post. Oh, that's brought ore. Is that cobalt?
Fuel low.
Magnesium, nickel. I didn't realize there
Fuel
were ores.
critical.
That's ice. That is ice. I know the look of ice. That looks like grass. Ice is in this one. One landing here. It looks like, okay, so a little bit of a source of magnesium. We'll see what the source is here. Okay, I didn't realize that they brought ores in. I did not know that. What are the ones that landed up? That landed out here. Destroyed. Oh, that's also with it. That looks like iron. It is, it's iron ore. It's iron. maybe setting up a safe zone, or just spawning one in, getting as many soldiers in it. Send up so that takes a while for them to get. Yeah, a little bit of iron. Stone. Right, so stone should not be going through there. Stone should only be going into here. Right. So we built a craft. This monstrosity. What I'll do, I'll control B it. Take a blueprint. And what I'll do, I'll take a blueprint of the base and I'll deploy it all in my creative world, which has, I think it's Armageddon on. I believe it has Armageddon. Or is it Cataclysm? I'm not sure. But there's a lot of asteroids. Now you got the FG control craft. So there you go, there's the static grid, the hangar. Static grid 4230, which was built on my creative world. And let's just say underneath it's got like one block, which is where it started. The heavy lift helicopters there, and North Light Tank, which I kind of mess around with on here. Small grid 672. My weapons test facility. All these tanks would be alright if they had elevation. But they don't. Small grid 7819, I believe that was testing the ball turrets. The wooden Alpine Alps base, I believe that's when I first got all the DLC. Yeah, because this one doesn't have the flashlights. It has uses all the battle cannons and stuff. My Nod Space Outpost, that'll probably be what I'm going to use for space. Well, I might not. There's 3 Nod Mind Control sectors. Which are filled with snow, which is why they're white. Right. So what I want to do, I want to place this guy on a cruise. There we go. 8, 9, lock. Yeah. You can definitely tell the difference between them. Got the thicker center body with all the back wings. Some body with scout craft. Let's get the attack control craft on this one. is, this is all going on the deuterium reactors. There we go. 5, 8, 9. There we go. Charge up. Heal a bit. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fly out to here and control V8. Because well, when you're adding stuff to your workshop, cloud workshop, your blueprints, which none of the stuff I make is going to get posted unless I know it's 100% survival use. So it's able to be used in survival 100%. This base is 100% survival use. So there we go. That's now in place. But as you see, required DLC. With the frostbite being the radar dish, warfare and all that. But all this armor here, everything on this base except from the deuterium reactors, the battery storage, the energy storage units are and industrial stuff. Oh, and the doors. The doors will come with the base when you if I publish it. If you have the rotating doors as a mod in already, you will see it. Yeah, when you enter it, different textures and the deuterium reactors. I can't walk through them now. That's good. The deuterium reactors, unless you have the deuterium reactors mod on, they won't be here. You need to have to source some sort of different power, which will probably end up being uranium reactors. Which it has enough spot for. It's a nice spot for them. Which means these guys won't be there. These energy storage units won't be there at all. They're a completely different mod. I believe that Flair's power mod, power pack. No, Entech. No, Night Owl. No, they're not Entech. Are they Azimuth? Oh, and you'll find a lot of, unless you have all the mods that I have on, you'll find a lot of stuff will disappear. This is it under Azimuth. I mean, there is an Azimuth reactor, fusion reactor, which is cheaper, but again, it uses uranium. There's Azimuth assemblers and all that, containers, batteries. The Azimuth batteries are actually better, but they use superconductors, which I don't have. Let's see, is it in here? No. What is the... Oh, and they also have these V8 engines, which I've had fun with. They are pretty good, but use hydrogen. Decorative? No. Is it a warfare? No. I know it's not. I know it's not thermal thrusters. This is all of them. With tier 4 being the best for sci-fi. Tier 3 being Tier 4 again for the It's tier 4 for everything. Yeah. Power blocks. They're not even showing up here, but there's the deuterium stuff. The warfare, which you need a warfare DLC for, which you're just going to be stuck with solar panels, hydrogen, wind turbines, reactors, and this stuff. A small battery. It's an NTEC? No, that NTEC has a rotating airlock door. Night Owl reactors. I think it is this one. Night Owl there we go. Night Owl battery pack, energy storage unit. Night Owl reactors. I've used the Mark II reactors before. The droids. This is where you get, and you get their supply containers, their supply tubes and all that. You need to use all this for the conversion hub, supply trade, all this if you want to use your astromech properly. Commercial containers, I use this. You will find that a few of my ships that I built will have these large commercial containers on, the hydrogen ones. Industrial blocks with the industrial DLC. You'll find I'll use the industrial assembler and refinery in a lot of my stuff, so as the hydrogen. As well as the large industrial cargo container, I use that a lot. And obviously the pipes. Sorters, I don't use hydrogen as much, that's why I use thermal. From the Frostbite DLC, I use the antenna dish. I could throw down these gates. I mean, they are pretty freaking big. I could throw down these gates in the hangars. Other things though, they're a bit of an odd amount of blocks. Well, there is an even block and this is an odd number block shape. Unless I just bring in... Unless I make a different one. Yeah, I could use this.
Fuel low.
And have it sort of off thingied.
Fuel critical.
Sort of like that. When I'm on Mars. Which would be fine, but I've used this gate once, I think. The offset door I haven't used. The dead engineers I don't use, but the antenna dish I've used quite a lot. Decorative blocks. I do use the windows, the transparent LCDs, the rotating lights, and the stairs, and the catwalks. I use all them from decorative block, decorative 2, decorative 1. I use lockers, the armory, console, industrial cockpits, and a few of the desks, my creations. All these I'm using that I've got, like the AZ or Azimuth. The Azimuth launcher combines up to the Azimuth tall conveyor, which goes up, and then these Gatling guns, short barrel, long barrel. Consumables, I don't really use them. I've used the power kit a few times, but other than that, nothing else. Azimuth complete mod pack. This is the Unreal one I'm using, where it boosts pretty much anything in it. But again, I don't actually have any Azimuth stuff down yet because they're rather expensive. put down because a lot of the stuff uses azimuth superchargers. Like, I could put down a few of these O2 tanks and the azimuth O2 generator and all that and use complete azimuth as well as the elevator. Events, thrust out. These azimuth thrusters, they're ion. So I don't believe they work in atmosphere. I haven't tested it. MA, the fighter gunner cockpit. The assault weapons, which you've seen a lot of. I've used nearly every single thing in this menu. The arcade development. The grinder I've used on a very big grinding ship. The large ship breaker. And the large heavy impact drill, which you've obviously seen up at the mining outpost. If we scroll back down, Skyblade propellers. This is what I use for the helicopter stuff, which obviously you've seen me use. As far as the future, I use the sci-fi stuff, especially the atmospherics. I will be using the button panels, control panels and that. The neon tubes I don't use much of, nor do I use interior walls as much as I should. The Wasteland DLC I use the exhaust ports, and the off-road wheels, the offset lights, the storage shells, which I should be using, which I might put into the tanks. Production, obviously projectors. The only new DLC stuff in here is these two. There is a few other mods I use, but I don't have them on here for sakes of lag. These long-range antennas I've used a lot. I have a few of them on my capital ships, and they're quite well made, and they're less chunky than, like, say this. Some of them are just one block, it's a bit tall, but they don't all spin. I'm actually having to use the rotor and hinge for this, which you see me, which a lot of my stuff have. The mining outpost has it underneath. The valley outpost had one, which you've seen in a stream before, the previous streams. I believe one of my science corvettes has a rotating antenna on it. Let's actually go and have a look at the mod menu. And you'll be able to see all the mods I use, because some of them are visual, some of them are not. Some of them are just little things that make it a little bit easier for the eyes. Some of them make the game different and stuff act different. So this is the main screen you see, all the DLCs. That's the StreamWorld New Horizons, that's what I've called it. So if I go to load game, you're about to see all the worlds I have made. Some of them that say pure survival, they're not. They were testing stuff in the survival area. The Lone Survivor, you can see in the picture there I was testing out the like engines, Star Wars weapons, and other stuff, which works, by the way. Not very well, but it works. Home system, that picture there, that's the heli with Star Wars engines. I believe it's the Y-Wing engines on it. But the modded pure survival, you can see right there, in that base right there, that was an old base of mine that I built. That's the weapons testing facility. Which actually ended up crashing. Actually testing the tanks. Oh, like this. This was the original world I was setting up. I see I want to build a prefab base. So it was already there. And then came the Horizons. I should design server. See the testing out a few units there. This is the first one I came to. Which I have a big ship blasting away. Under the Agent's World. That's what that says on Xbox. This one never. This is when I first started using Creative Tools. The reason why it looks black is because there used to be a base there. That's why I say it used to, but it actually deleted it. I took a blueprint of it, but I didn't delete the base. Basic survival, that's a workshop world. That's my hydrogen vehicle, which is my workshop. Grand Imperial. This was meant to be the factory world. But as you see, I haven't been on this one since 2021. 16th of February 2021. Modded survival was this one. But I believe that these are the azimuth tools I'm using here. And I believe the ship crashed. That I'm writing that. More testing. This is a big ship here. But if I'm not wrong, this is the Vengeance. Just outside Mars, that's Earth up to there. In the top left. You can't actually see the cursor because for some reason it doesn't capture the third party. But you can see the selecting stuff. Pure survival, it wasn't. It was not. It was heavily modded and used created for a lot of stuff. Because, again, I was new at the game still. What's this? Oh yeah, that's the Vengeance plowing into the Earth. I saved at that point before it crashed, but it went into the planet. This one, survival. Don't know which one that is. I might check on it later. Shipbuilding world. You can see the grinder and a welder pit. It's the same design. But let's go to Stream World. Horizons, edit settings. And this is the world. It's survival. It's offline. I might see if I can get people of the community to come in. If I go to mods, these are all the mods I have access. Have on. Ones you don't see. Flare Speed mod, Conquest Edition. And a mod that I don't have on that I should have on was the Red Tracers. The Super mod here, I repeat, do not use for a server. Its description was if you wanted to make boats. That mod gets used, but no, it is not. It is if you want to break a server. Hill Arsenal, Star Wars weapons, which I want to put on. Clear camera overlay, I did have on, but it broke a bunch of stuff. Console command console packs. This is one that I want to put on for a long time, but I want to wait till I was in space till it got put on. Star Wars weapon 2020 update. I've used many times. Really, really good at taking down asteroids, by the way. But these are the mods I have. What I'm gonna do actually, here is take a picture of it. is I'm going to create a new creative world. I'm trying not blow my freaking headset. There we go. I've taken now I have a picture of all the mods. You can now close it. Now, when I roll back a server, I go into the backups, and there we go. This is all the backups I have for my server. It keeps 5. The earliest being this one. Each time it auto saves, it creates a backup. So each one's on the 11th. 27th of the 11th, which is today. This is the furthest back I can do the backup. Hence why a lot of stuff does change a lot. Because sometimes I have to roll back, I have to use a backup when a mod breaks, when in testing, which I shouldn't be testing on these, but we'll go to new game, custom. We want to go to home system, switch it to creative. We'll name this one ship/mod testing. Good spell. Right, so the mods we need: assault weapons, Skyblade helicopter, speed mod, cannons, this, rotary airlock, Astronex. We need a mega mod pack, but the unreal one. You know? MA fighter gunner seat. Scroll down to the bottom. Parts. Battery. Let's see. Flares tiered atmos. No, we didn't use that one, did we? No, we didn't. Tiered thermals, though. We did. There's a deuterium, acid. Did we have the mini reactor? We did. There's the tiered ions. So when I go to space, a lot of the mods will come off, and a lot more mods will go back on. Go on, just to sort of spice up the series. It's like these, the Inberg Corporation from the air traffic. These are custom set AI, but scripting for Xbox isn't the best, and technically breaks it. So it's more of a PC thing, which I'll hopefully when I get a better PC, I can do streams on the PC one where I can have these custom AI attack. Right. There's the plane parts. We had now I believe we're missing a few mods here. Base. Do not press if you have a lot of them in here. I just saw them. If you have a lot of mods on here, do not press this button. Do not activate them all at the same time, because a lot of stuff will collide. Some stuff might not pop up. So like on mod.io for the workshop on this has two different military flag turrets, one small, one big. They both collide because they have the same item ID, I believe. Right, and that is it all. Press OK. Go to advanced characters, the map, but we need all this up at 10. Welder goes up to 5. Grinding stays at 2. The PCU. Max that shit out. And we'll go down here. We'll turn off progression. Turn on rules. And scroll back up. Yeah, environmental possibility. This is where you turn on your asteroids. Meteor showers. Let's stick them on Cataclysm. Asteroid amount. Infinite high density. Beforehand I had it on normal because I didn't exactly realise it broke down ore. So high density would be good. Use distance 15 kilometers always. Unlimited well size, sound, arcade. Cooldowns disabled. Enable sun rotation. Yes, we want that on. So we'll go day and night, 2 hours per day. 100 objects on screen. 52 on the animal NPC limit. Reason being, if this is higher, I've been on the alien planet, it just constantly spawns spiders, meaning when you start, you're fighting spiders from the get-go, and you run out of ammo. And they have a lot of health. So, start. Oh. Of course it has press start. It will check for mod updates. Which should, there we go, just load straight away because we've used the mods before, because they're the exact same ones we use on a stream world, which should be fun. Now, I believe I have everything. I haven't added anything that wasn't there. It should all be there. Now we just wait the long process of it loading. I highly recommend people going to get themselves a drink and possibly something to eat. This process does take quite a while. So I'll mute my mic. I'm going to go get myself a warm drink and possibly a sandwich. I'll be right back. back. I don't know how long that took. Hopefully it didn't take too long. Here we are. Yeah, we'll lag for a little bit as it's loading in 15 kilometers of the world. Oh my god, we're here. Press F8. Come over to the world. Where's Mars? Over there. Pretty sure you've noticed something already. This valley. That's the ice lake. This is where the base area. This is where we set up. Hell base is here, and the ice lake is over there. What I'm doing, I'll press F6, go back. See, we're in a snow area. Not very good. I press F8, go to F10, turn on create more tools, not safe zones, count terminals, entity list. Teleport here and play on control. We were on the other side of the planet. It will lag because it's changing a lot. We're now back in the exact same area we were on stream. And all world generation is the same as well, which allows me to find locations I've been to before, see if there's anyone nearby, and set up shop there. Now let's deploy the base. Now it will take a little bit for the meteor strike to properly load in. Now bear in mind, this is a big base, so I'll probably end up having it raised up out of the ground a little bit. But again, that's alright. I don't mind that, because this is just a testing world. And we'll get it all sorted. Here we go. This is the base. All those different bits there, like you see little squares in it all, that's the all the subgrids attached. Now I just hope this stays in one piece and doesn't fucking dip. There it is, in all its glory. Yeah, it's stuck in the ground, I believe, because of this over here. This ramp over here. This is actually close. Oh, and this as well, which actually shows how far down I got to each area. Like each area's got some bit exposed here. This little block here is where each of these garages started from. It doesn't show up on these ones because I've obviously used them in this stands. But now we get to look at the base in its full area. We get to use infinite ammo. We can test stuff out. Right. So this helicopter here. Just press A. Go up. Now there's infinite power in this, so it doesn't matter how much power is left. Press 5. Which selects all guns. And you notice that when we shoot, it moves us back. The recoil is that heavy. Just think the strikes I've done in this vehicle before, because I've actually used this on the server, brought it in, and used it. I've done quite a few successful strikes with missile pods instead of the regular machine guns. Let's lower it down. And we'll just do it on. Right, so for this, I'm actually going to take it up. 8, 9, 5. To G. Block weapons. No. Press 1. Now you see it's pushing me down. It's a heavy weapon, and we're actually tilting. Because for some reason they don't turn on. There we go. I believe if I take off this back rotor, ooh, it appears fine. Let's just stick a bit of heavy armor there. Let's actually set the camo to the woodland. There we go. But yeah, all it takes one of these 5 prop. No, this is 4, I think. But if we jump into here, it will say it's not the main cockpit. But if we this heli can move quite quickly, very, very quickly. But what I'm going to do is switch out all these small thrusters with their thermal variant. So let's find thermal thrusters. There we go. And we'll put on the tier 4 variants. Now these are smaller compared to its atmospheric counterpart, but they're way, way more powerful. There we go. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to put the propeller back in a spot. This one. So what we'll do, we will grab this, save, do not go, do not show, all of these, do not show. See, we get pushed along at a nice rate and stop quickly as well. Here we go. Let's land this behemoth before I break it. But what I might end up doing is switching out the 43mm for just a few autocannons. Because, again, don't need a 43mm. It's not an A10. Right. Now these big thrusters can be used on pretty much anything, and these thermal thrusters are rather good. Not as effective as on atmosphere, but they work. So if I go to F10, which will bring up the blueprint menu. Very laggily, yeah, I might want to add. There we go. There's the static grid. The Nod Light tank. This tank took me very little time to make. Well, I say very little time because it's not mine. The base of it isn't, but the additions are. Let's just say it packs a punch. The turret in the picture is an old version of a turret that was added beforehand. But what I'll do, I'll bring in an earlier base building. Now I believe this uses the arc reactor mod, which I don't use, which means I believe power should go down straight away. Though it looks like it's got some sort of subgrid as well. It's got a few. Put it down. I don't know what way it's looking. I think it's looking that way. It's in the ground. Whoops. Yeah, it's deep in the ground, but you can see how different my bases are now. Oh, right. Oh my god, it has these miners. These grinders, should I say. Control X. Control V. Bring it up. Should just float regularly. Float there, because it's a station. Yeah, this is the 3D printer that's on the workshop. I wouldn't recommend using it. It is broken. It does not work anymore. But this is what I mean by the battle cannons. I use a lot of Vulcans, and I believe this is a 900mm. Grab a welder that. Tools. This is 900. No, it's a 300. So 900 weight. But I have two sets of them. I believe this is a mix of Aidens, Bullforce, and the 300. This is your pure Vulcans. And a bunch of Vulcans around the base. This took a while to build, but it's also one of my brightest and one of my most powerful bases I think I've made. Just with it of how I've done it. Its storage comes from these storage containers, which has a fuck ton of ammo. I believe this one has more ammo, 8 and above 4 ammo. And it says more Aiden ammo. But that's not all. Though I believe it's actually missing a few components. Fucking voice crack there. Actually, no. I remember I moved it. This has roof connectors due to a prototype ship I made, which used the roof connectors. Now through here, this was the pride and joy of this. Oh no, it uses deuterium as well. Here we go. This base was, as you saw through there, had regular conveyors. This was the first base to receive the industrial stuff once I got it. hence this room being massive. And this is all my materials I've gathered. This is all the survival materials I had. And I do say survival because that's what's in here. Because it's what it started with. This room is highly lit up. There's the azimuth batteries. I think these are the biggest ones I can get. Yeah, the 30 gigawatt. These are way more than what was needed for this base. This base has water. And then here are the industrial assembler with its good old thing, which I believe the assembler should be put on this side, so that when you walk up you can just walk straight onto it. But let's dart up this ladder. I'm going to use it, it's too slow. You come into the main storage, and pretty much the main guts of this facility. Loads of storage, again using regular conveyors, but this is where the deuterium processors are. This is back when they properly worked, where you didn't have to sit there and make sure you had them facing the right way. But this building chewed through stone, it chewed through ice. This was before I probably knew what sorters were. So you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hydrogen engines powering this base as well. This was backup power. If the deuterium reactors didn't work, these would be turned on. These are full of hydrogen due to bank of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 21 O2 generators. And this room is not oxygenated due to this ladder. Now, before I came off the world that had this base, I was able to have this entire place filled with and sealed with oxygen, because I used it on Mars. Not well, but it was used. But this base pretty much started off in a straight line. This area here is where it all started. That cargo container. And on the roof is... No, they've been taken down. But yeah, there used to be a bunch of wind turbines up here. These industrial hydrogen tanks. So this was pretty much designated a power production unit, all because of how much hydrogen it could make and store. This welder where was to go. I did before use it. It didn't work, trust me. Yeah, that was one of my bases from before. It's just deleted for now. My next base. This is pretty much just showing off everything on stream. All the stuff I've made. I'm not going to show because that's currently on a server, and I want to keep that as top secret as possible. I want the cloud stuff. Yeah. The hydrogen plant. This plant I built was so effective that it chewed through ice more than what it could store. It was able to make way more than what was needed. Here with the TGS main base. This was before I knew what I was doing. Hence the massive ramp. There we go. Yes, and it was all purple. I don't know why he was pink. Why are you pink? forgot. Oh, this is where I found out about the uranium stuff. Why is it chewing through? It's making something. I don't know what, but it's making something. What are you making? And empty. Gatling boxes and ammo. Why? No. Gatling boxes, I can see why. The ammo clips. Oh no, before it was just an assault rifle, so yeah, clips were made for that. This was my idea of an oxygen setup. And I wanted it to spin. And it was my first instance of using an advanced rotor. Beforehand, they were just labeled thingy to the left and the right, but I wanted it to spin. Bear in mind, it don't actually work. It doesn't work. This power setup was so bad of how close I thought, oh, just stick as many as you want on there. No. That's before I realised how optimum everything was to be. And you can tell from here, I didn't know how to use grenades. O2 and hydrogen tanks here. I didn't know. I thought I was to stockpile oxygen on an oxygen-filled platform. This platform here, I mean, this whole base is built in survival. That's why it looks so shit. But yeah, beforehand it was the ghosts. So I was playing Coach Ghosts back then. This platform here was for a prototype rocket, which never went to space. It didn't. But compared from that to this, I say I've improved immensely. From that monstrosity. I like how that one's spinning quicker than the others. And it's upside down. Let's just delete it. Get it out of here. But this is just called Hilltop Base. I need a proper name for this base type. Because I mean, this is a multi-person base. A lot of people can use this base. He's only got one assembler right now, but you know I can add more. It has another spot there. One of the things that it needs sealed up. It's not good for Mars. I haven't tested it on Mars yet, but I would like to. Right. Underneath, you can see there's not a lot of conveyors. Everything's going into one area. I think all the conveyor system goes into the refinery and then into the center. Why is this block missing? Was that block missing before? I think it was actually. Oops. But yeah, these storm cannons, they are one of the best turrets I think I've used other than PDCs, which looks like they're shredded armor. Okay, so I think I know why I'm missing blocks. Because they were trying to aim up. They're shredded armor. Right. That's annoying. But pretty much what I do, if I wanted to build some extra stuff onto the base, I would bring it into the creative world, add what I wanted, paint it up, get it pretty much set and ready. And what I'd do, I'd attach a projector to like the top of the base, have it project the same base, line it up, and I'd just let welders go ahead and build it up. But these hangers are really good. Attaching them and making them was actually really easy. but I believe one of the previous base designs, I think it was my Alpine base, my wooden ounce base, is actually completely oxygen filled. There's nothing wrong with it. It works on Mars. So that was my space one. My space base works. Space command center works as well. The node testing will not be deployed. That is to be top secret, because that is an earlier version where it was, which is my current one's actually a few versions ahead. But I'd like to keep it completely top secret. The Nod Space Command. This base was a pain in the ass to do. It had so much to be done. And so much to change. To the point, I believe I just gave up dealing with it. As you see, it's a bit big. It was designed to be big. It was designed to be stuck into an asteroid, pulled out, and then go inside of. But this base kind of took the cake, took the piss, as you see. It's big. It's got all its ion stuff, and it's also where I tested these. Oh, and I used this, which worked. It was actually spinning slow enough so they could charge up properly. So I had oxygen production. We've got 2 of these facilities here. I believe this is 2 of the Alpine base, I think. Yeah, it's 2 of the Alpine bases, because that's an Alpine base. And as you see, that's normally the displays I use. I believe it in... Oh, hello. Yeah, railguns. I used them extensively. These autocannons from the Warfare 2, I used extensively. I believe there's guns underneath it as well. The grinders, the welder pit, when I learned you could put glass over them. That is legit the first time I've known it was there. Why, this is the button for it. For the welders. This ion grinder. Yeah, this is... You can tell where each one was. This was a landing pad. You can see exactly where I pathed out to the main landing pad and where it was with the lights. But I believe one of them wasn't properly done. Oh no, here we go. I think it's this one that has the medical bay and that in it. I think they both have actually. Yeah. Batteries. Warfare reactors. And I believe back here it was storage. Yep. Massive amount of storage. And it says large grid 2329. But beforehand it was different. It actually said the Nod Space Command, which Nod doesn't have a fucking space command. So yeah, this base was mainly for testing and a trading center on one of the servers I was on. Hence why those 2 radar dishes, they were used to pick up. One, I believe it was this one that was used for trading. This would pop up. And then I believe this one over here was primarily used for targeting. Yeah, I have the main one, Null Space Command Station, main antennas. There was a reason why there was 2. But yeah, this used the sort of hangar setup build ideas that I used back then. I wanted to incorporate these exhausts above the refineries area, so it looks like stuff's being made. It's like steam and smoke coming out. This was to dock, I believe it was the RWI Eclipse and the RWI Vengeance. This is how I docked it. Because at the time I didn't like using merge blocks. You can see again my building style has changed differently. I still use stilts, but it's changed very much. So let's just delete that. Get that back out. Like, I mean, the base isn't in the exact location. It's not over a cliff like it was usually, like it is normally, but we're in the same location, roughly. I think, yeah, because the ice lake's that way. I believe the Nord Space Command was made out of the Nord Command Post, I think it was. And at least I believe it was. So this Space Command, cryo transports. Yes, I had a transport dedicated to cryo for transporting people across maps, which was a business. The Nord Space cargo transport, which I used to transport materials around, which used Tier 3 thermals, I think it was. Obviously the tanks, which were designed on Mars. They're Martian design. There you go, Nord Alps Command Station. This is what the Space Command is made out of. And the Alps Space is pretty much just half singular of it. We go down here. Nord Resource Building. The Nord Space Outpost, which was made out of the command and control stations. I will deploy one command and control station because the Nord Space Outpost uses stuff from mods I don't have, and it will literally just fall apart. Well, this one, you can see it uses the winterized armor. This one is more dealt with and deployed over the side of a cliff. But this was built on the side of the mountain of where, pretty much where we started. That's where it was built. It's in the ground, so it should stay. But yeah, this was built on the server. Primarily made with these shock panels put on. There are small shock panels on here. If I do control 9, 1. Light armor panels. This was designed to take a hit if somebody was assaulting from here. So say someone hit these armor panels, it'd be fine. There's armor panels on here. I don't want the bridge knocked out. We go inside. I know there's no lighting. Didn't have to. I was quite high up, so the sun was always there until it passed to its rather long nights. There was I had to put O2 and hydrogen tanks up. Really, this should have been another oxygen. But it used nuclear reactors, which are actually empty. Why? I think I saved it when it ran out of fuel. Control station as well. Large screens. The faction would go up there. It had my Nord Fist. I think it was the Black Hand Fist it was in. The cargo containers were here. This console block. I believe there was a script on the server where whatever a spotlight was aimed at, it would show up on a console block, which I thought, yeah, that's pretty fine, but it didn't work. So I just put up one of my ships. You know what, I'll go stick up a blueprint on it. Terminal's not connected to energy. Oh, come on. Well, it's just because it's, let's stick on the FG patrol craft. There we go. Let's move it into the center. There we go, that's in the center. Just shows the ship. But we had that for, I think it was one of my corvettes in my fleet. I think it was the Icarus command corvette. But yeah, we had it on it. It was a much bigger ship. I don't know why it wasn't a capital ship, but it was classed as a corvette when we designed it. This has a southern air bottom area. I believe, yeah, this is the only way down. Using ramps, which are used for the first time, down into deuterium processors. And then into this room for cryotubes. But yeah, there's deuterium processors here. This middle one doesn't actually work. Because it's not properly hooked up. Well, it does because it's hooked at the bottom, but it still doesn't. This was before the industrial update, or DLC, so you see the big refineries and all that here. But yeah, everything had a white wintry camel on it. But you see, there was no deuterium reactor because it was stuck in the mid. It was stuck right there. That we took it down before I took a blueprint of it because because it was chewing up. The deuterium processes were chewing up that all were still to the point where we couldn't do anything. We couldn't, so we were pretty much having to go out and find ore, try not to bring back stone. But pretty much, it had 5 Gatlings at the bottom for defense. Anything that came from pretty much anywhere from inside here, you can see it will protect from. While the ones on the roof destroyed anything at the top. It did destroy heavy armor as well, but it got rid of missiles and meteors pretty nicely. So say there was like someone hiking up here. They spotted, like they were over. Say here, they spot the base. Like, right, I see the base. I'm getting close. Oh, there's turrets active. Do I want to be? No, it's fine. They're all on top because the bottom ones were never seen. I used to have hangar doors fully extended, but then come around here and get shot up. So beforehand on the server, it had a few blocks that were dug into the earth and would go to several sensors. And when those sensors were triggered, it would activate all turrets and open the doors that were protecting these, which was a really ingenious thing. Again, we did that after I got this blueprint. Again, and the detailing, that was the first time I tried to do detailing on a base. Sort of like my wooden outs one, I wanted to look like a wood cabin on a snowy cliff or on a snowy base. And you can see here the difference of detailing here, where it looks like it's got extra armor. It's actually painted. I do need to actually go around and paint all of this, which will suck. But again, it's something I have to do. I'm using much more advanced mods. Especially, I'm actually using armored conveyors. And a lot of the stuff is different. Before I even settled for this design, I had way bigger welder pits and way bigger welder pit. So my grinder pits and my welder pits were I think around about 2 to 3 times the size of these pits right now, which was a waste, highly a waste. But they worked. These smaller ones work as well. And everything's here bar the small vehicle, which is fine. I do need to do something here. I was on about building another section here, like copying one of these sections over, but then I built this ramp. So what I might do is bring the conveyors down to a gun bed. It's sort of like a heavy guns being there. Or I could just stick it into the ground and use it to hook up these instead of having it go all the way around there. Big turrets at where each interval of solid block, so that I've got an all-around protection. The zone controller will probably sit in here somewhere, but which is absolutely fine. I can set that up later. But on to the next base. So let's delete that one. Just showing off the detailing I've done and how better I've gotten at base building. It just shows how much one person can do on their own. So I can't take this into a multiplayer base. I've got the green bit in the center in a multiplayer base, but the hangars I can't take in. This massive outside area I can. So right now on the server it has the this tree and that and the radar dish. That's all what's on my on a multiplayer base right now. I want to put more in. I don't want to, just in case I get raided and it's all gone. But the next, I think, well, I mean, you've seen the first iteration of base building I've done, where I just pretty much cobbled everything together, and that looked horrible. You've seen the latest iteration, which is the hilltop base, which what I might do is I might raise it up a bit, just so the grass is out. Out of the base, but I'll only raise it up a little bit. I'll try and learn the hotkeys for just moving something. No, I might just move the whole base entirely, or move location for the next one, like over to the ice base, the ice lake. Like I'll pack up everything, I'll move everything over, and probably just start it. Because in that valley itself, yeah, we started at the bottom of the valley, we're now out and on top of the valley where we can go anywhere we like. So I might move everything in the New Horizons world to ice lake, which means I'm further away from a trader. I think it's 20 kilometers on the way, which is fine. I've got a helo which can go 30 kilometers out, because the scout helo can go 25, the heavy lift can go 30, before having to before running out of power, really. The TGI outpost. This was the first. The TGI outpost was the first iteration I used merge blocks, which merged the control outpost base. No, it wasn't the control outpost base. This was the later one. But it combined two bases at once. I say two bases. It was the TGI ground control outpost, I believe. No, it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it was my operations center. There we go. There, Ghost main staging ground. This was the original base, and then I attached the RWI Eclipse to it. Which,
Meteor storm inbound.
oh, meteor storm. Hopefully my storm cannons can take it. Let's grab the TGI outpost. Basic ship contains blocks. This was an outpost built on a server. This is something to whack out to annoy an enemy faction, so we whacked this down. It followed a basic one. We pretty much threw down stuff that would make it look like it just set up base there, but we didn't. This was a more of an annoyance. So we threw down one of them. Oh no, something's happened. Yeah, it crashed. That's fine, it crashed. Which is not what happened in a great war. At least it hasn't turned my stream off. Key software house. Need to create. Now, it would say that it crashed because of a world that was too big in experimental mode. But again, it was a new world, so it wasn't that big. Controller error. Oh no, it didn't. I'm guessing an asteroid hit my base. That's my only guess, is that an asteroid actually hit my base. But in the background, that space elevator, that's something I want to do. I want to build a space elevator if I can. Did you know Shift K will bring you to an antenna menu? I did. Still don't do it though. But one thing I also need to do on Space Engineers that I might add for a Saturday, might be, is doing the campaigns, like the Frostbite campaign, Uranium Heist, and probably like world exploration. So say people upload a world on to the workshop and I go and look at it, like check it out, see if it's alright, and if I like one enough, say someone made a decent survival world, I'd go play it. But I do have to go for my tea, sadly, but you've seen the iterations of my bases, you've seen my detailing of how far I've come with it. But I will see all you guys later. I'll probably post something on TikTok about probably doing stuff with the base. So I'll see you guys later.